We are back. It is a Sunday morning and the championship is just over 2 weeks away and we're sitting with this. So we're under a little bit of pressure and every minute counts at this stage. We had a late night here last night. Big thanks to Dad and Martin and Eamon and David and Demi and Abby and Dylan, and everybody was here grafting at the car, just trying to get everything done. Today, Robert is returning to the channel. Robert done all the interior wiring, which he done a very, very good job inside. Getting a lot of feedback. It was some turnaround inside. So today, myself and Robert are going to start wiring the Sinco D909 dash into the car, which is kindly sponsored by China Sourcing Services. You need anything, I mean anything, contact China Sourcing Services. I'll leave a link in the description. I mean anything. But yeah, China Sourcing Services has been a great supporter of mine, and they've supplied the dash for the car, which we need to keep an eye on this mental SR up the front. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to be doing a bit of wiring in this episode and a bit of fiberglass. Also, full kit sponsored by aero. He should be here fairly soon too, because he's bringing another piece of the puzzle this morning. So hopefully we'll have a bit of chat with Gary. This is a 180 Nissan body kits and stuff. I don't know anything about them, what mill they are, what nothing. Coming from the BMWs, knew all of that. So Gary might come on and explain a little bit of what the kit is and what we're doing with it. But yeah, wait for the lads to come and get to work. Back of the car sort of half complete. Over this side is all done. Now we've got all the nuts sorts in, and fortunately I couldn't get the Allen key ones, so I just got a flat one. But look, it says running around the track looking for an Allen key. We've got the flat ones. So we've got the SD aero on this side. We still have to mount the wings. Robert's back in his happy place. Underneath my dash, we've got the Sinco D909 fitted, and the ECU, we've a lovely plate there, real solid plate. The ECU for the Sinco has to go in a certain direction, similarly for G-force. So yeah, like that is absolutely solid, sits lovely in behind the dash. So Robert has all the wires for what everything does: oil temperature, oil pressure, water temperature, all that sort of stuff. And he has all his looms ran into the car as well, and all labels. So it's only a matter of joining everything up now. And yeah, another thing, yeah, we've got the windows out. Dad is going to make new windows for this because they were cracked. Another thing, thanks to Daniel Fahy, we've got our new plug on here, and Robert has it wired absolutely lovely and all fixed up here. We have a new CAS unit because the plug is broken. It actually holds on pretty well, Robert, does it?
It does, yeah.
So we might not, like, it is pretty solid. It doesn't need glue or anything. So it is broken, but it actually still is. It still is. For all that is left of it, it still actually is clicking in. But can we trust it? Probably not. So when we get down to Lloyd, I'll get Lloyd to change that, because I know there's some time and or something to do with that. That is all done. This will be our loom for our temperature sensor, which I just took off here. It was handy. This side, I need to get AN10 male and female with the 1/8 MPT thread in it, and we'll run an oil temperature and oil pressure off these two lines when we figure out which one to switch. We have a fair idea, but yeah. Also, this pipe, I found this pipe and it's just the perfect ankle going out to this, so I'm very happy with that. That's on. We'll have to go get them tomorrow, but Robert will have everything wired up and tidied up. That's only a matter of threading them in once we have the fittings. Oil temperature, oil pressure, water temperature, and then we've got to tap into a vacuum line then for the boost pressure. Does the boost pressure require, oh it does require a sensor, doesn't it?
It does have a sensor. The sensor itself is going to be under the dash.
Oh yeah, and we just run a vacuum line out to that T into it. Yeah, because as Robert was saying earlier on, there's no actual way to mount the sensor, so instead of having the sensor just wobbling around the engine bay, we'll put it safe inside the car. Kilo was there earlier on. We have got all the equipment for our brake light, which I might do now. Things escalated very quickly last night. The boot lid has been taken off and has been sanded. It's ready for paint, and the bonnet as well. The holes in the bonnet was driving Dad absolutely mental, so he has the holes filled there now because these were doing absolutely nothing. So we've got filler in them, we'll sand them down and paint the whole bonnet. So very, very good. They were ugly looking, so they're filled up now. So much better light in this shed. But yeah, boot lid is all filled up. It'll need a fine sanding because some of the lads went a bit mental with the heavy grit, so I'm gonna have to try and sort that. But look, with all the holes filled in that, there was 25 million holes in that. That's done. That's all going to be painted. And also we have the other quarter here. SD arrived this morning, so that has to be painted as well. It's prepped, ready for paint. So yeah, there's 20 things going on here at the one time. Yeah, once we get the quarter and the boot lid painted, that'll be that. We're putting a new window in the boot lid as well. I'm going to change the colour of these bars, just spread them up a little bit, and the same here, tidy all these up because it's just kind of horrible looking, so we'll dress that up. We've got all our gold reflective tape all in here around our screamer pipe. Do we wrap the exhaust and screamer pipe in heat wrap, or do we not? Let me know in the comments. Just worried about that. That's a little bit close. It's not touching now, but it's not far off. Or maybe we should have a bit of a heat sleeve. I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, do fabrication. Fab work is just next level. It's unbelievable, and we need to get a little bit of a catch can or something for this. Just for now, we will be revisiting the whole oil catch can thing, but need a bottle for that, and need a little bottle for this as well. So I know when I got the car, it was bottles of Ballygowan and stuff, but we're going to try and do a little bit tastier than that. Also, fun fact, the fire suppression system in, and then realised that with the bonnet up and with the bonnet down, realised the pull for the fire suppression wouldn't work, so we had to relocate that.
You're a bastard, eh?
Oh yeah, comfort levels are unbelievable. Right, so I've got a new brake light on. Thanks to Keelan, he had one, so we're just going to join them up and hang street connections and heat that. Yeah, that'll be our brake light for the rear, and that is the bonnet just rubbed down now and holes filled, so no more stupid pointless holes in the bonnet. Let's break it back.
Yeah.
Right, let's keep chopping. Where are we? Robert, you have all the sensors wired up now?
All the sensors are wired up. Now ground for the controller.
Ground for the controller and put power to the Sinco Tech dash.
Yeah.
So while Robert's just doing that, I'm just running around the car finding little bits and pieces. It's so good to have the car in the shed and have time to just go around and concentrate on everything to make sure everything is safe. Shed is a mess, and yeah, dash and a whole load of wiring. So we ran all our trunking here to our sensors. Have to get them to adapters, and then it's just basically tidy up everything and leave it nice and neat. So while we're at that, my brother David is out in the other shed. Things escalated very quickly. The bonnet is now painted, the boot lid is painted, and the quarter is painted. So I can hear the heater going in there. They're drying in there now. Basically, with the whole car nearly painted at this stage. What we don't have is the two doors and the roof that isn't painted. My good friend Keith, he's doing a paint for stint removal. He's just started it. So the roof is pretty bad. Let me show you. So I don't know who was leaping and jumping on this thing, but I'm hoping Keith can sort of massage some of these out. Yeah, it is pretty sickening, but I know Keith will give it his best shot on getting them out. So yeah, just nip in next door, see how these panels are going. So panels are all painted and they are cooking in here. Dad filled the holes in the bonnet. Big shout out to him. Do comment below, let him know how great he is. He's super happy with it. He filled the holes in the bonnet and you wouldn't even know there was ever holes there. So he done a really good job on that. Quick montage, all the bits, and then let's get back into wiring the dash. Hopefully we should be turning this dash on pretty soon. So the boot lid was really banged up and there was, as I said, 25,000 holes in it. We filled it as best as we could and yeah, took that spoiler thing off it. SD Aero is going making us a big wing for this, but yeah, it is a lot tidier and there was holes there. You can see a little bit of a hump and a bump in it, but look, it's going to stop water and weather getting in. I think here was like the fuel pressure regulator and then over there was on the hot side. So look, it's filled up, there'll be no water getting in there. I know the vents are opened, so I do need to get a cover for my coil packs, stop water getting in there. But yeah, the finish, look, it's not 100%, but I'm not worried about finish, because if I was to worry about finish on my fiberglass, I would be afraid of walls, and that's not happening. So I don't really care about the finish on these. Excellent signs, have the design done for the car. We just need to finalize a couple of things, and it's very different, the design, to what I usually go for, but there'll be another episode on that. But yeah, once we get the designs on it, get it out on track, a fiberglass, I'm delighted to have SD Aero on board, because I ain't gonna be afraid of no walls, and if I'm in the zone, I ain't moving. So yeah, the fiberglass, hopefully it'll last a little bit longer than round one, but as I said, if you're going to be worrying about paint work, you may as well park it in the shed. That looks like a bit of a success. Is it in Chinese?
It was.
There's so... Oh, they're the alarms, are they?
Yeah, and you set your alarm set.
And is that?
And you turn on the alarms then. For example, you adjust the tack calls. Technically the speed should be off. Oil temperature 125. What is that in degrees? That's degrees. Probably bars. Voltage 12.
In fairness, Robert, that is a serious bit of kit.
Water temperature 9500. Low temperature, low pressure 3.5, tackle 6, 6.5.
That is, I am well impressed with that, lads. That is unbelievable. And so we'll probably keep this as our driving screen.
You have 4 screens there.
Oh yeah, what?
Voltage.
Oh, that's our voltage.
You can change this to your tackle or whatever, like.
Wow. Dude, we're going to have a lot of playing with this. Realistically, that's our G-force.
G-forces. The only thing you don't have is speed.
Speed, but we're not going to be worried about speed, but we will have the G-force. That is a serious bit of kit. Super impressed with that. Huge thanks to China Source Services for sponsoring that, and that is just unbelievable. Really, really, really impressed with that. So it'll be nice to get all the sensors in and make sure everything's working right. But that, if you are interested in that, as I said, I'll leave the link in the description to China Source Services. Do contact them. They are very reasonably priced, like unbelievably reasonably priced compared to anything else on the market. So if you do want one of them, do get on China Source Services. I'm shocked. Really. Seventh.
Time is
17 something. I don't even know what's the rest of the time. You can actually change all the colors of your LEDs as well, which is class for your RPM. At like 1000 RPM, 2000 RPM, you can turn whatever colors you want. Pretty cool. So we have our RPM working. Really, really nice dash. What do you think? Unreal. Yeah, so myself and Rob were just saying there, we have to wire this directly to the battery or the dash will lose its memory. But like overall, it's a really, really good dash.
Yeah, but like I presume all the settings are still, yeah, it's still saved in English.
Bar degrees is still
The
saved.
only thing that lost is
No, I didn't lose that either.
that is off. That alarm there is off. Voltage is still 13.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
so the only thing it lost was the clock.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest, are we really going to be worried about that? You have to put in the Chinese code. So yeah, it is a really, really good dash. Very well impressed. So we're well on. We need to go and get some fittings tomorrow and get our oil temperature, oil pressure in. Just tidy up all the wiring and we should be pretty good to go. Fix up DCU. So let's check back in tomorrow evening. Okay, we're back in the shed. Last night I actually didn't get to get any videos. Robert was here finishing off the Sinco dash, which I am going to do a separate video on. So keep an eye on that because I am so impressed with that dash that I think it really does deserve its own video. Keith was over as well, so Keith was eyeing up the roof to see can we try and get some of the dents out of it, and also when he was here he gave me a hand fit the back of the car. So we now have a complete back on our 180. Let me show you. made up. The other ones are cracked. So we need to get fitting these this evening, and the back window as well. We need to get this fitted in place. Yeah, try and get windows done, and side skirts, wings, stuff like that. I also need to just do a little, this is actually pretty okay, where Robert has ran down the oil temperature and oil pressure, which is there for the Sinco tech. So yeah, that is all pretty nice there. I just need to tidy up this wire here going to the water temperature sensor. So I need to figure out a nice little way that I can tuck that, and yeah, waiting on these AN lines to come. Yeah, ordered 4 of them, as I probably said already, but anyway, yeah, waiting for 2 of them. So I am just going to get at it. The colour, we matched up the colour, but it does seem to be a little bit different. So I want to actually see what it is like when we take it out in the daylight. It does look very notably bad, but we've wings, bonnet, bumper, everything is all painted. So all that's left is actually the doors and the roof and the pillar here of the original colour. But we have got the designs for the graphics, and to be honest, I don't think you're going to see this door at all, so we're not going to really worry about that. Yeah, so just going to get to work. I think we worked too fast for the YouTube. So we've got the window in, the nice new clear window, which is really nice. We're waiting for the Yugen factory molded windows for here. Yeah, we've got our new window in here as well. We've got our wings fitted, the SD Aero wings. Yeah, panel gaps and stuff. I don't know, drift car, doesn't matter. But yeah, wings on, bonnet painted, holes filled. So we have got everything on. The only thing I don't like about this shed is too small for video compared to my shed.
Well, this is tinier.
This is tiny. But still, we still do some work. This window here, we need to clean this up. It's kind of all dusty, but yeah, car is really starting to take shape now. It is one piece. We did notice something. This side seems to be higher on the front. I think we need to measure to like sills or something just to see what's going on. Huh? It does seem a lot higher. Here we have the usual 3-finger trick, and here we have the 2 fingers, so we're a finger out. But yeah, we'll see. Now, next thing is the BN Sports front bumper. We need to see, we want the bumper to be quick release, so yeah, we're going to have to try and figure something out there. What's next, Robert? I suppose side skirts.
Probably, yeah.
So mock up the side skirts and see how we're getting on. Oh, so we're just back in for something to eat. Myself and Robert. It's now 10 o'clock at night, so we're not doing too bad. We are down to our final piece of SD Aero's kit. SD Aero is making another little thing as well, but that will be on another video. But yeah, full SD Aero kit. Gary will tell me exactly all the specs. Gary knows every single spec and every bumper and all that sort of stuff. But if you are looking for fiberglass, SD Aero on Instagram, Facebook, it is really, he is the man, and he really helped us out in this build. So last piece of the puzzle is the front bumper. We're worried about it because we don't really know what way we're going to fix it, mount it, quick release, not quick release, we don't really know. So let's have a look at it and see what we can figure out. Okay, we're going to have to call it a night. The bumper defeated us, didn't it? The bumper's a good fit, but all these bars, I don't know, they were bent for some other different bumper or something, but nothing was fitting, so
had to take off all the crash bar in front.
Yeah, basically. And we had a bit of bar from the rear, so we just tacked that in there to see how that would work, but Dad is going to go and get some 3/4 inch this bar tomorrow, make up a new one. But the bumper does fit good now that the bar's cut off.
Yeah, it does look nice.
It does. It fits very good. So yeah, it does look very, very nice on the front. And then we're just trying to figure out a way of how to quick release the bumper. But that's a tomorrow job. Right, we leave it at that. And we need to do something with the door as well, because the skin of the door has sort of pulled away from the actual door frame and it's catching in the side skirt. Oh yeah, we have side skirts on, and they are pretty solid. These riv nuts are quite a good job. So we've got all on, wings, quarters, we are getting there. So back tomorrow evening, fix this up. Hoping to have our fittings for tomorrow, aren't we? For the sensors.
Hopefully they come in.
Hopefully they're coming. I've ordered off 2 different places, so hopefully they come tomorrow. Once they come tomorrow, it's just the fittings and fix the bumper and the Jurgen factory windows, but they will be Thursday. So yeah, hopefully getting close to the end of this episode, but at the end of this episode we will have a complete car. We'll pull it outside and show you the look of the car for this year, for the Irish 2024 Irish Championship. So enough is enough for one night. Time for bed. Right, it is actually 2 days later, and yeah, I'm getting missed calls here. I can see missed calls coming in. We're under pressure. We need to go to the dyno first thing in the morning. We don't have fittings. They haven't arrived. I've just got a missed call from Dude Fabrication. It's looking like we're going to have to redo our AN10 oil lines from our sandwich plate out to our oil filter relocation. So pressure is on. We do now have the whole kit on the car. Dad has a new Perspex window made up, all new windows in the car. Well, this is kind of a second-hand one, but it's grand. These windows are delayed. Couriers are really driving me mental. These are delayed. We've got the bonnet back on, got the wings on, and we have got the front bumper on. So, yeah, my shade is really bad, but we've got the front bumper on. But now, I was so excited last night I needed to get the front bumper on, but I have to take it off because we need to get the car jacked up. And also, this bar you can see here, the bit of a bar that was on the car was wrong, and we just welded on another bit of a bar, of course Russian, and it's unlevel and it's driving me absolutely mental. So it is. So that may be going as well, but anyway, I need to snip all these cables, get this bumper off. It'll just leave it easier for jacking the car, and we have to do the plugs. So we have 4 new plugs. We're bringing 8 plugs to the dyno. We're going to have 4 in, and then if anything happens with a foul or anything like that, we'll have 4 more to put in there. Drop the oil out. I've got Valvoline 1060, so we're going to have Valvoline 1060 oil. Shout out to Valvoline if you see this. Let's do sponsors. Valvoline 1060 oil, and then Mark from Duty Fabrication is coming down. We're going to try and redo these lines some way that we can put a fitting in here. Our good friend Brian Belton, some of you probably remember him, Care Performance. He may have some fittings that may get us out of here. So yeah, everybody is going to be on the job here within the next half an hour. So I'm going to get this bumper off and we're going to get to work. It was an incredibly tough night. We're into the late hours in the morning here now, but a huge thanks to Mark from Duty Fabrication and my good friend Robert, Brian Belton, Abby, Claire. Everybody has been running the roads crazy tonight. Basically all we're trying to do was get the oil pressure sensor and oil temperature sensor on the inline between the sandwich plate and the oil filter relocation, because I ordered 4 fittings and of different companies, and the couriers just messed that all up for us. So we done a little bit of trickery. It's not pretty, but it works. So we have oil pressure, so we know there is well over 5 bar of oil pressure in the car now, so we're happy to know that. Oil temperature, we're going to run without it. We'll see when we go to the dyno. On the next episode, we'll talk to Lloyd. We'll see what Lloyd says, if he's happy with it or he's not happy with it. But we've done the best we could here. So that is it. Kit is on. It's in the dark. I couldn't get it pulled out yet. But in the next episode, we'll pull this car out into the daylight, show you the new look of the car, and then we'll be heading down to Lloyd at DRT Automotive, get this car mapped to see what power it makes. Leave your guesses in the comments. What power do you think the car is going to make? Have we changed that to improve it or what? Or da. But that's it. It's extremely late at night. Hope you enjoyed this all over the place episode and rushing and racing episode. But again, thank you very much. And we've a lot of new subscribers to the channel. You're very welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying all this crack going on. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what power the car is going to make on the dyno. And on the next episode, this thing's on the dyno, and it's going to be one to watch because I'm very nervous. I've never had a car on dyno before. I'm gone. See you on the next one.